want to wish everyone a good afternoon. We're ready to start our press conference. Great day at Fisk University. We're going to have a press conference today to introduce the new women's basketball coach. Some of you have already met her. She's well credentialed, and we're excited. We're excited that she's here today. So without further ado, we'd like to introduce you to the president of this illustrious university, Dr. Van Newkirk.
You see, we can hop over here a little bit and stand a minute. I'm in the right spot?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, well, let me just say, we're just so glad that we have the right person for the job that we have here, this basketball job, women's basketball coach. And let me tell you something that's important for us. We have so many scholars and scholar athletes at the university who come to this university looking for mentors and people who are going to lead them in the right direction. And I think that out of all the people that we've interviewed, we've found the one. As they said, we've found the one who's going to hold our students by the hand, who's going to take our students from here to there and take our students to the promised land. And I think by them getting to the promised land, I mean not just winning on the basketball floor, but winning in life and winning by graduating from this university. You know, we're known as being a university of first. First university to have an African American get a PhD in America came from right here. The first university to have a permanent building in Nashville is right here. The first university to have singers to go all around the world to save this university and actually put HBCUs on the map came from right here. And the first university to have a women's gymnastics program is right here. And now we've got a leader for our women's basketball program that I think is going to create a first for us in women's basketball. Not only are we going to be winners, but I believe we're going to lead the nation in what I believe that she can do. So I'm not going to say any more. Without further ado, I'm going to ask our athletic director to come forward so he can do the introduction of our new women's basketball coach. But what I'll say is this, is that not only is she a star, but she's a person that I believe has that oomph that's going to give us what we need to be all we can be. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and thank you, President Newkirk. I got to tell you, I've been around this university for a long time. I've seen, hey, you but I've worked with many presidents. Some of you know that. I can look around. Some of you know that. I've worked with many presidents, but your athletic program will not excel if your president is not, in tune, on board, understands athletics. And I gotta tell you, President Newkirk understands athletics. He knows the importance of athletics, using athletics to build the university in terms of enrollment, just publicity, so forth and so on. So he was really, really instrumental when we looked at, we were looking through the applicants, and I submitted some before I got yours. I submitted some. President Newkirk called me. No. We found another one. So we finally submitted, Coach Crawford, and she was the first interview. So once we interviewed her, we all knew right then, wow, we have another person we have to interview, but we know, you feel kind of awkward, right? Okay, come on, let's go. But really, she answered the questions, and ironically enough, I saw her coach about 3 years ago, up in the conference tournament up in Lincoln, Illinois, when we were in the Independent. And I was talking to a colleague of mine. I didn't know her or whatever. I said, wow, this team is well coached. Then I asked her the question on the interview. I said, well, how would you organize your bench? Because, if you're not a coach, you don't really think. But I said, how would you organize your bench? I asked another person that they said, I don't know, I just get somebody. But she went detail how she would, position her assistant coach. the first person who's probably going to come in, how they would be positioned. So I knew then, okay, you know what, she's organized. She's knowledgeable. She's coached at all levels, junior college, Division I, Division II, NAIA. She's played at all levels, at least 5 years professionally, right, in 3 different countries, I understand. So we are really, really excited. I'm really excited. You can hear my voice, and you know, and I think that we really have a good shot. Now we want to compete for the GCAC basketball championship. You know, you can't win it unless you compete for it. Yeah. So right now we think we have the leadership in that position. And you know, and women's sports at Fisk should really always be at the forefront because of our enrollment, female enrollment. So that shouldn't be a problem for us. And I think we have women's basketball, volleyball. We have 2 strong leaders in these sports, and we're looking forward to it. So please join me in welcoming our new head women's basketball coach, Coach Crawford.
Wow. What a great day to be a Bulldog. First, I want to thank you, Dr. Booker. Thank you so much for relying on me and trusting me with this vision to take this women's basketball program and lead it in high standards. Dr. Glover, where did you go? Thank you so much. I believe that your passion and your vision for the athletic department directly aligns with my passion and my vision. I want to thank everyone here that's in attendance. I am grateful for the opportunity to be in Nashville in order to just continue to enhance such a great university already. So, you know, I'm here just to build on the culture and the character of the university by first starting with academics. I know that is a huge part of what we do here. And we want to make sure we graduate all young ladies. We want to make sure we give them the tools necessary in order to be successful after they depart from us. So that's going to be the main priority. And of course, winning basketball games is a priority also. I don't want you to think that's the least of the concerns, because yes, it's up there with a high standard also. So we're going to take what we have and we're going to bring in some young ladies, some missing pieces, and we're going to do our best to make you all proud, the administration proud, our alums like Renee. We're gonna do what it takes in order to be successful here at Fisk University. Thank you so much.
Now, we don't have any press here, do we? Have any press here? Well, I guess I'm the only press here, so I'm asking questions. I'm asking a couple of questions, and then we're gonna keep going. You talked about Renee Spencer, the history of this university as far as the basketball program and all the athletics. How do you feel like you will build on that with the Renee Spencer? She sits behind the bench every game, so she's gonna hear you. How are you gonna build on that?
Well, you know, it's important that we evaluate what we have, our talent level that we have here first, because I've spoken with each one of our young ladies. And I'm going to Zoom with them as a whole, but first I wanted to individually speak with each one of them, just to kind of get to know about them. You know, it wasn't so much about basketball. We was talking about little nitbits on like what kind of movies you like to watch. You know, I like to know them personally, because in order to you know, get that standard of trust that I want from them, it's going to require more than me just being a basketball coach. So I have to be more personable with these young ladies. And plus, I have a 9-year-old daughter, so I need to know who she's going to be around. So she's going to be running crazy around this institution. So, you know, it's good for me to get a chance to speak with them. We're going to recruit. We're going to recruit at a high level. My network down south is pretty big, and I'm grateful for that. And it's going to allow us to bring in some pieces that we could have here that's going to have, you know, give us a chance to compete for a championship. Just like Dr. Glover mentioned, I've coached at a lot of different levels, so I've built relationships with young ladies that I think that will have a big part in helping us be successful here in the classroom and on the court.
And you already mentioned how connected you are. When it came out, the that you were going to be the coach, my phone started ringing. Rachel Bell, who's a judge here, also a friend of mine, Dustin Lopez, that you went to Memphis with, and a few others that just said how great of a coach you are and how great of a person that you are. A couple of Pernell Seacrest, he's a former basketball player here. That connection and that you have already, how is that going to exceed what we have already?
Yeah. You know, they all reached out to me also, and as soon as everyone became knowledgeable that I did have the position, a lot of my friends from Memphis started reaching out, and Chris Adams, of course, he was the first one to reach out. He was instrumental in Forrest. He was just like, you got to go to Fisk. You have to go to Fisk. So you know, I'm glad I can make him proud. Let's just say that, because I know he's going to be at a ton of games. So he's an alum who loves this institution. So I know that he's going to be here to help support us. But you know, this job is one that's desirable. The location is great. You know, the city is continuing to build. It's a lot going on in the greater Nashville area, so it's going to allow for us to be able to get our recruits here, get them on campus when they see the facilities here, and get a layout of the campus, and you know, see the greater Nashville area. We're able to sell not just the women's basketball program, but we're not just the institution, but also the city of Nashville.
We got some questions from the audience.
Sure. Hi. I'm Jason Curry, Dean of the Chapel and Special Assistant to the President. Thank you so much for talking about your academic priorities, and just looking at the data in general, our student athletes have higher GPAs than the rest of the student population. Can you talk a little bit about your structured program? Do you envision study halls, or how do you envision the academic component coupling with your athletic program?
But that's top priority, because if you can't excel in the classrooms, you're not going to be eligible to participate in basketball anyway. So for me, what we do, and as I continue to put my staff together, what we're going to do as a staff is we're going to, I would hate to use the word babysit, but I sit in classes. They do have study hall hours. Everyone would start off with study hall hours. My academically inclined young ladies, I will bring their study hall hours down. But incoming freshmen, because it's probably their first time being away from home, I supervise them extremely well. It is my job to care for these young ladies, because their parents send them off to school to us to make sure that they're going to be okay. And I know how I'm going to feel when my 9-year-old daughter goes off to college, so I'm probably going to be a wreck. So, you know, as a parent, I understand what it is that they would like to see done, and academics is the first priority here. So absolutely, I plan to hopefully get an opportunity to introduce myself to the faculty of professors and adjuncts, where I can let them know that I am available and accessible at all times. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. Gary L. with Dean of Students and the Division of Student Affairs. I know you mentioned academics, the importance of that for our students to excel, but also, you know, the balancing of, you know, academics, but also participating in campus co-curricular experiences. As you know, we always like homecoming, spring fest, you know, fun activities, of course. And, you know, a lot of times the athletes, they're only focusing on athletics and, you know, academics. And we want to see our students at those types of events as well, programs, lectures, and things of that nature. How are you able to integrate that to allow them to get that co-curricular experience other than athletics?
Right. Great question. We want to give them the full-fledged experience of being a college student athlete. So we, you know, it is something about the HBCU environment that attracts people, and I am going to see firsthand of what homecoming looks like. I've heard a lot about it, so I'm excited about that. But you know, I'm part of one of the best sororities, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So I do encourage my young ladies to involve themselves, not just in basketball, but you know, there are other opportunities on campus that you are able to put down on your resume that can help excel you. So we want to get into different type of clubs, institutions, anything that's going to help them to elevate I think it's good for them.
Awesome. Thank you.
And as far as alumni, bringing the alumni in to help your program, how do you see us helping you to support your program?
Well, Renee, you're going to be a big part of that. I don't know if we haven't spoken about it just yet. You know, it's important that they understand history. For me, it is important that you know your history. So the alums are going to play a big part because they're going to give them an opportunity. First of all, the experiences that you all could tell and the stories that you could tell these young ladies in order to help them here at Fisk University is going to be paramount. So, you know, we're going to depend on our alums. We're going to depend on them at a high rate. Yeah, they're probably going to be tired of me. But, you know, it is one of those things where you have to know where you want to go. You have to encounter people that's been there and ask questions and you know, build support around them. We're looking to start a mentorship with our alums. So, you know, I think that's going to be helpful for the young ladies in order to navigate, especially the ones that's here that are not from the state of Tennessee.
Okay.
Any more questions? So everybody asks a question, you got to come to at least 10 home games. That's great. I'd like to thank you all for coming out and to Coach Crawford. You see how much love you already have here at Fisk University. So this is just a start for you. It's going to be much more. Of course, when the community finds out about you and all that, it's going to be great. So we appreciate you and looking forward to working with you. And can't wait for you and Coach Unity to get together and try to beat each other to get that first GCAC championship.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you all.